Okay, we are now on the green and on camera. So this is the August 5th, 2024 meeting of the Legislative and Governmental Relations Committee. And I'll call our meeting to order. And you guys have filled in the attendance and the roll call there. So I want you to look at the agenda next, and let's go for the approval of the agenda. What is your pleasure as committee?
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay,
I'll second it.
motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unanimous decision to approve the agenda. Okay, now if you would, let's direct our attention to the minutes from the last meeting. And you'll find those there on the second page of your agenda packet. And it says draft on that right now because we have not yet voted on it. So do I hear a motion to approve after you peruse it?
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
I'll second it.
all right. A motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we have unanimous dissent on that. And we will take the official copy of that and we'll mark it approved. Ta-da! Okay. Put that back in the packet. All right, thank you for that. The next item on the agenda is the Coffee County citizens to address our committee. And I see no citizens. So you citizens that watch this video, if you have questions, please come to our meeting and we will be glad to listen to your comments and questions. So since there are none here, we'll proceed on. Previously unfinished business. The committee's, the rules and policy functions, that number one there, still working on that, and hope to have that done by our next meeting. So that's coming along, but still needs a little further work there for your all's approval. And so any questions about that? That's just a search for the purpose and the function of our committee. And like
that's
we
number
did find
one.
ours. You know, you guys have got a copy of that.
Right.
You did find ours, and so we're just proceeding to do the others that are there. And we know they are there, but we have to find them and verify and certify them. So that, and then hopefully we'll have a published copy in the mayor's office and at the parliamentarian's position in our CLB meeting room, and those that need to understand what those functions and purposes are for those committees. Okay, without any further questions or comment, let's move on to number two. And number two is a consideration, and I spoke a little bit about this just kind of preemptively at our last meeting. We were expecting an updated, amended, it is an amendment to the Coffee County Commission's procedure rules and what we're going to be doing. And what I want to do, you've got it there in black and white, but let me give to you a same copy of the same document, but I have put in colors there what we're looking to change so we can accurately see those. So you see on the first page there, we have three parts we're going to change, and then on the back of that first page there are three other parts we're going to change to amend. So on the front page, you see in boldness there's three parts that we're going to, and then you turn the page over and there's three on the back. So we'll take them real slow, one at a time. And what I did is in that pack I put them in colored type so you can see what we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay, so let's look at that first amendment to the policies and procedure. What we call it, the Coffee County Commission procedural rules. And this is an amendment to the rules. That first part we want to change is found on page 1. And so you ought to see that. It's in section C, order of business, and down at item number 10. You should see that printed in red. And we're wanting to strike that, those that have got a strike through them, they're in red. We want to remove those. And it was the desire of those in the Policies and Procedure Committee to make this a little more clear and concise. And so we're removing those. And then you see underneath that in the bold print, these are the words we want to put in place of those 3 items, A, B, and C there. We want to put any unfinished business from past CLB meetings. CLB means County Legislative Body. That is our official name for our commission. And so we're wanting to put that there. That is the first item. This is page 1. Any questions about that?
No. No questions on my
Okay.
part.
I'm willing to take as much time as necessary to discuss this and make it clear and concise. Let's move to the second. And I think we'll vote on all 6 when we get done, unless you want to change something as we go through. The second one is also on page 1, section C, and this is number 11, the one immediately below that. You see that the print there is in red, and I have a line stricken through it. And then the wording that we're going to replace there, you see in bold print, orderly presentation of new business to CLB by committees, commissions, and other authorized presenters. And as long as it's orderly, it'd be, sometimes it's alphabetical by committee name, whatever they want to do, but an orderly, everybody just doesn't get up and do it all at once. Okay? Do you see anything there of interest or you need to talk about or have a question?
I have no question.
I have no questions.
Okay, let's just keep going here then. The next one is on page 1, section C. And this, if you look on that page, there's 3 things there. It says 12, 13, and 14. See the top of that page? 12 didn't used to be there. 12 used to be statements and announcements, and then adjournment was 13. And what we want to do is to place in there for number 12, reports. Okay? As we're adding another item there to those items that were there under reporting procedures, we want to add number 12. And then we want it to read, you see the bold print there, those are the words we want to put under that section 12. Again, this is just speaking specifically for printing of these reports and including them in the agenda packet.
I like that.
The agenda packet is what we get, what we receive, and shows us, we have different documents and things to look at during the meeting. So we're asking that all these reports and approved minutes from the committees, commissions, and departments of Coffee County government. We're just trying to, again, the whole purpose of this is just to get a concise index of what's happened in that month. And of course, we'll be a month behind when they're approved, but all we're using are the approved minutes. So, okay, any questions about that one?
No questions.
It reads fine to me.
All right. Now, let's go on to the back of that first page there. This would be item number 4, and it is for page number 7. And if you look down at the bottom, I think it's the 3rd page I've put in there, but it says 7 at the bottom. Circled with a blue ring there. This is page 7 out of that procedural book. And down there under reporting procedures, you see section E. And right there it says reporting procedures. Then you see the existing text that is there, and I've got that in red, and we've struck through that. And what we would like to add is that next 2 lines of bold print their text. The procedure for reporting the approved minutes from committees, commissions, and departments from Coffee County government to the CLB shall be as follows. So this is an explanation of what the reporting procedures should be. Okay? Any questions about that?
No.
Okay. Is this pretty clear,
To me,
helping us to look at this? Okay. Now, let's move on to number 5, item number 5. It says page 7, section E, reporting procedures. And this is the procedure number 1 under this section. And what we want to do, it now says the sentence that is there says the chairman or a member, the chairman so designates shall make the report. Now that, we're not wanting to change that. That's why it's in green. We don't want to take that out. We want to leave that there. But we want to add the bold text that's after that. These approved minutes and reports are to be provided to the chairman of the CLB 5 working days before and printed in the agenda packet provided to the commissioners in the CLB meeting for which the reports are scheduled. So we can give oral reports if we want to, but we have printed reports.
right.
Okay? All right. We're about through. That was number 5. Any questions about that? Okay. If not, then on to number 6. If you go to the next page, which is page 8. And if you all would like to, I brought the whole entire procedure booklet here, so in case you want to go through those and see those before we vote on this. But this is page 8, section G. It's committee meeting minutes. And what we want to do is we want to add section G there. You see the green is already existing, and we don't want to change that. We want to keep that. That's why I've got it in green. But we want to add after that the bold text. Approved minutes shall be prepared so as to be printed in the agenda packet distributed to commissioners for their scheduled CLB meeting. This is just another place in that procedure that basically helps to state again, we want these reports printed. Okay, now that is the amended or the amendment that's coming from the Policies and Procedure Committee to us. Do you need to see the original full sections in there? Because there's like about 12 or 16 of them. And I'll be glad to let you see. That's why I brought them.
So I can just flip through it.
Sure.
This is the way it is currently.
That is, and you see at the top, the last time it was amended, you got those 3 dates, and then the last one is the last amendment. And so ours will be the 4th one. And the page numbers are at the bottom for reference. That is what we were handed when we first took up our office at the beginning after the last commissioner election.
Okay. Do you want to see it, Roger?
I've got it, and I see the
Yep.
changes that we're making, or they've asked to make.
And again, as the beginning of this amendment states, it's important to have public records of events of the committees and people that are reporting to the CLB, and it's important to have these in a summary report. I don't know that anyone could keep up with all of them and watch all the videos, and so this is a very concise and even like an index. And I've been able to go from that index in the past and look up something in detail and give enough detail for my constituent just to answer their question.
Right.
So instead of having to go back and watch hours of the video, which we need that there to verify everything, and that's the details. We can go back and see the context, but something just as a brief summary, a concise summary. And people says, well, we're wasting trees. Well, no, we're actually providing jobs for people in the paper industry. But what we're doing is we're giving another concise, accountable report to our citizens of what's going on. And that's the whole purpose that the amendment to this was started. As a matter of fact, that's what we did up until March of this year.
Right.
So, okay. Okay, we went over that. Do I hear a motion to approve this amendment as printed?
I'll make a motion to approve the amendment as presented.
As presented, okay.
I'll second it.
Second. Okay. Any further discussion or questions? Kind of got those out of line.
No.
We just,
All right. Would you now change anything that you said before? Okay.
no.
All right. All in favor of sending this to the CLB in the next scheduled meeting, say aye. Aye. Okay. So we have a unanimous decision. So we will forward this. Before you leave, I want you to sign, we have a place on here for the committee items forwarded, so I need you guys to sign before you leave, okay?
Okay.
All right. Next item is new business. Do either of you have any new business? We were just the review and this amendment that was coming, and I didn't know of any new business and hadn't been informed of any, but that doesn't mean there isn't any.
I know
No.
of no new business. Do you?
No.
Okay.
We sent back the request to revisit the Chair Pro Tem
Right, Chair Pro Tem.
description, so,
And I haven't seen that in our packet today, so we're just waiting on that to come through.
right.
Okay. All right. Announcements that are here. Our next meeting is scheduled to September the 3rd. And again, we're trying to have our meetings on the Monday of the week before the scheduled CLB meeting so that committees can get us information and then we could work on it and maybe have it ready to turn in to the office so it can be presented in the CLB.
Right.
Okay? And that's what September the 3rd would be.
Okay.
The Monday before the week, not the Monday of the week.
Is
but the
that
Monday.
Labor Day?
No, Labor Day is the 2nd. I think this is, let me look again, just to be sure.
Good question.
I think it is right. So we're having it on the 3rd.
September the 2nd
Is Labor Day.
is Labor Day.
Okay, good.
So this is the day after that.
Okay,
Oh, I was trying to avoid that, so
good job.
one lucid moment. Okay. Anything else before us this evening that we need to consider? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Okay. Do
I'll
I have a
second
second?
it. I'll second
Okay. And all in favor say
Aye.
aye. All right. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.